Hi, in this video lecture, we're going to discuss one more commonly asked interview questions, which is based on C language. Look at this particular code and guess the output. Now let's look at the understanding of this. Now, the program execution starts from the main, wherein first we're declaring two variables A and B, and in the next line, we are passing the address of A and B to the function, and these addresses are basically received by the pointers in this function, right? So PA basically holds the address of A, or you can say PA refers to A, PB basically refers to B. So when you look at this particular code, it looks like we're basically swapping the value, right? And then the question asked us, what is the value at PA and what is the value at PB? And then once you complete this function, and if you go back to the main, what is the value of A and B, right? Is it really swapped in the function? And if it is swapped, is it reflected back into the actual arguments in the main A and B? Or is it not swapped at all? Or it is swapped but not reflected? Or is there an error because here, what exactly are we doing? Is this valid or not? Fine. So we'll try to visualize this and try to understand. So first, line number 15 and 16 is going to create two variables A and B. Perfect. And then the next line, we're passing the address of A and B. Observe this. PA basically refers to A and PB refers to B. Line number 7 is an important line. Here, are we capturing 5 and putting into temp, or are we capturing the address of A and then putting into temp? This is the place where we need to understand. So when you try to, this star is to declare it's a pointer, whereas this PA basically gives me not the value of A, but the address of A. The address of A is stored in temp, meaning temp will refer to A, right? If you want to have a look at the memories, we can have a look at this memory. You can just see PA is holding the address of A. Temp is also holding the address of A. So we can observe this one and this one. Next line, when you try to write PA equal to PB, so this gets modified. This section gets modified. What gets stored in this? This section BDC, which is nothing but the address of B. So the address of B is basically stored in PA. And then the next line, this particular information, which is stored in temp, which will be copied into PB. What is this? This is basically the address of the variable A. So this will be pointing out. So on careful observation, you can see that this A is now pointing to B. PA is basically pointing to B. And then this PB is basically pointing to A. So if I try to dereference this star PA, this will basically give me 8. If you can observe this red line here, right? So this basically gives me 8. Whereas if you look into this one, the PB, where it is pointing to, it is pointing to A. So it basically gives me 5. So this one will basically give me as 8 and 5. But observe carefully, did we modify the value of A or B? No, we just swapped the addresses of A and B. We did not modify the value of A and B. So once you complete these functions and when you go back to the main, and if you refer to the variables A and B, the variables A and B have the same values what it was before you basically call the functions. So it is 5 and 8. So the correct answer for this is option C, where inside the function dereferencing P and PB basically gave me 8 and 5 because we had already swapped the addresses there. Whereas once you come back to the main, it basically gave me the original values of A and B, which is basically 5 and 8, right? I hope the concept is clear. Thank you.